instead they said he wanted 2 kettles. Instead, he said that man wanted enough meat to cook 2 times. And here they said they translated it to 2 kettle. So that's translated wrong. And plant by water is that minikoju. Indians used to live by the water, and they have garden, and I guess they haul water to water their plants. Some say even they fish, and they use a fish. We used to put a fish in their plant to help it make it grow. So that's why they're called Itasi Ono Nikoju. Get mixed up. And when one of them I didn't know, Sihasa, but they said that a man ran through a prairie fire and his feet were all black. But that's all I heard about. I didn't hear that whole story.
Is there a story behind the man who went hunting without the bow and arrow?
That's all they always tell us. They never tell us the whole story. That must be from way back, because otherwise they would have told us, my grandfather would have told us who it is or who the man was that did that. But he himself didn't really tell us the whole story. I read stories in it, about it too, but that's all it just tells about it, like that. That it was a man that was caught without a bow.
Are there some other important names of animals and birds that you'd like to share? The word in Lakota?
Okay. Well, Wombly is we all know the eagle. He is a messenger for us to God, because he flies high, and if we ask him and pray to him, he said he'll take our message to God. When a person believes in that, and if he should die, the eagle comes around. Or even at sundances, all the ones that believe, if there are some there that believe in those things, they come there where they fly right around above the Sundance. I've seen it happen in Greengrass. Several eagles came and just flew right around above it, and for 2 days they came, and the 3rd day they didn't come. Well, I had a son that used to, every morning, used to sit outside, and this eagle would come and we would be flying above him. And here, when he got killed in a car accident, and here, when he died, that eagle came. When they was going to bury him, he came and he flew right above where he was. And when they took him to bury him at the grave, he came around again. So I didn't really believe him when he told me that, but I believed it after he died, when that eagle came again. That eagle gave him a feather too. He was flying right above him, and then one of his eagle feathers came down, and it fell right across the creek right where he was going, but he said he couldn't find it. It got darkened that evening, so he said he couldn't find it. He said, I'll never find that eagle feather, but I'm still looking for it, he was saying. So that's the bird that we should all have respect for. I don't know of any more other birds that I see them, but I don't hardly know them.
Like the meadowlark?
Yeah, that meadowlark is, we see that every year. And Conley is a crow, is that blackbird. Do you think that these people that are doing vision quests, are they supposed to have a dream first to do that, or could they do that even if they don't have a dream?
I don't know. I think it's something spirit should choose. The spirit should tell them
Mm-hmm.
in a vision or a dream to go.
My daughter had a dream. She was supposed to go on a vision quest, but she didn't do it yet. She is scared to do it. And she was asked if she wants her vision to be erased. But she said she'll do it. And to this day, she didn't do it yet. And here, she got sick. And they told her to do it when she gets well. But she didn't do it. Kind of scared for her, but she has to do it because she said she'll do it. If only she says she wants it erased, they would have erased it for her. But she didn't see that. And she had a dream from the thunders. That's really part of the Indian life. My mother was one. She had a dream from the thunders, and she has to do what they told her to do, and she did it. And she died in her old age. She lived a long time, and she was a dreamer of a double-faced woman. So she makes a lot of things. She can make 2 or 3 moccasins. She'll start a pair of moccasins and she can finish it overnight. But my grandmother never really used Indian medicine. But she knows her. She knows what to do about her dream. I've never heard about Indian marriage, how they do that either. I hear my grandfather told me that they got married in Indian way, Indian religion, Indian way, but I don't know how it's done. I wish I heard about it.
Go ahead.
This woman is from Cherry Creek. She's from the All King family. She's Dora Brewer's relative. She got married in, they said she got married in Rosebud. And somehow she didn't get along with the family, so she got she got ready secretly and made herself enough moccasins to last her for a while, and she packed dried enough food to carry with her. And I guess she started out from Rosebud on foot. She walked, and there was a hill. I guess she walked all the way from Rosebud to, this is on the other side of Faith. I don't know how many miles from Faith, but this lady that I know lives right in that place where that woman stayed with. She walked that far. No, I'm wrong there. She walked so far, and one night she lay down by a creek, they said, and she went to sleep. And while she was sleeping, she felt something. Well, she woke up and here there was a dog standing right over her, and she licked her forehead. So she got up, and here that was a coyote that was standing by her. And she got up and she left, and that coyote followed her and was leading her. So she followed that coyote, and here the coyote took her back to their den, which was that place south of Faith. And here there was more than one coyote. There's bunch of them stay in that one den. So they all, when this coyote took her back to the den, they all came around and they licked her hand, and they took her inside the den where they showed her a place where she could sit down, and they started talking to her. They told her to stay there until her people come around. They said they'll help her stay there. They'll help her if she stays with them till her people come around. So she stayed with them, and these coyotes will go out hunting, and they'll bring back, you kill something and bring back, and she had a knife with her, so she would skin a deer or rabbit or whatever they bring back, and I guess she dried the meat, and that's how she kept alive with those animals. One day, they told her that her people were coming close, and whenever they come close enough, they would take her back over to her people. So she waited until a day when they went someplace, and here they came back and told her her people were close by and that they were going to take her. So she put on something like a paint. It's a red paint that the Indians used a long time ago called wase. She painted them here and there, and she tied something around their neck too. And so she followed them, and they came to a hill, and here they showed her where her people were. They were camped along a river or a creek or something. So they showed her that those were her people. So she hugged them all, and then I guess she just started walking towards her people. And so these coyotes went back to their place, and she went back to her people. And that was the story they said that happened. It's a true story, and she is from the Owl King family. And her name is Ihura Otiwi, which means live in a rocky place. Ihura means those big rocks. lived in a rocky place, a home made out of rocks. That's what it means. And this people that live there now, their names are Big. And she said that place is now made like a tourist attraction, so anybody can go there and see that place. I like to go there. When I go by that place, I always say, I want to go to that place someday. I want to go see that place before I die. Because she said the place is still there, but it's in her land. But she said we can go there anytime and see that place. And one time here in the cultural center, she brought 2 great big wolves. But she said she bought those when they were little puppies, and she raised them. Oh, they scared me. She brought them. We were all sitting in a circle. She brought them all, and she said, "Don't get scared." She said, "Don't panic or don't do anything. Just sit there." And she said, "They'll come and they'll lick your hand, and that's all they'll do." She said. So she brought them all around, just 2 of them. They both lick our hand, and one even lick our cheeks like this too. Oh, they're scared. They're so big, and oh, they just look mean, but they were tame. They were wild wolves, but they're wild animals, but they were tame, so that was really something that we saw that day. And she was the one that owned that land there, so that's where that happened. We have Thunder Butte out there. That's close to my place out there. I think it's, to me, I always say it's an old volcano. Must be there for a long, long time. It used to be a volcano. It's all the top part is all rock, and bottom part is partly all rock. And we climb up there, but there's a great big hole on the side there. They said at one time a great big snake went into that hole, but the thunders killed it, they said. And they said at one time a thunderstorm started from there. When the Indians camped along that creek right below that, where that Thunder Butte is, there's a creek there called Thunder Butte Creek. They camped along there, and here a thunderstorm started right from that hill. So that's why they call Thunder Butte. One man, we were there at my place, and here a car stopped outside, and that time my husband was still living, so we went outside, and here this man came out, and we said, "Where's Thunder Butte?" So my husband told him. He said, "How can I get there?" I said, "I could tell you, but I don't know if you'll get there or not. There's a lot of fences around there now," I said. Not a long time ago, there used to be no fence, so you can just cut across to it, but nowadays there's a lot of fences. He said he's going up there to do a vision quest. Oh, he should be scared. I said, "There's a lot of snakes there." But I don't know if he did, but he said he was from Oklahoma. So he come all the way down here to do that. He had a real nice pipe. Showed it to us. I think that's about all I know now.
a pěšně, hej, nachší dýheva uvejo, hej, vaši vyčašaky, hej na, hej čiada uvejo, hej, 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 Nachti ni hewa uweo hey washi wicha shaki hey na hey chiata uweo hey